Good day, everyone. It's me again. So today I just thought, let me demonstrate one of the automated, setups and processes that I had worked on for finance. So within the space that I work in, we, obviously have various franchisee partners that we have, and you may find that a franchisee partner owns about maybe 10 or 11 stores. And so each and every month, there's a consolidated file, which is a financial report that they would have to submit for the KFC headquarters to collate and to basically create a report, that we have. So again, there was a process in place before, but it was very tedious, from a manual perspective. And so I was approached to try and, come up with a very seamless automated process that would run through and avoid all the discrepancies that the former process had. So some of the problems that they had before, they used to use what we call an SFTP process, where our franchisee partners would upload their file, and then that file would then be transposed into the database in the back end. But some of the issues that we had with that was, the fact that, franchisees would say they've gone and they've uploaded the file. However, when our engineers go into the back end, they wouldn't be able to locate any of those. And so, one of the main objectives for finance was that they wanted a system that would literally notify each user within the process flow, about, where the file is and whether it has successfully been uploaded or even not. And so what I then did, I went in and I created what we call a Power Automate. Let me just, show you here. So first and foremost, what I did is I went and I set up, all these folders on SharePoint, and I gave permissions to each folder, to each relevant franchisee partner. So for instance, if it's Bangazi group, Bangazi would only be able to come on here and they would only be able to see just the Bangazi folder and nothing else. So that's how it is. And then what I did thereafter, I also streamlined the Excel file that they upload. So let me just open it for you guys so that you can see. It's going to open now. So this is the particular file that they would have to upload, and it's two specific data sheets that we need. So from here, obviously, this was just the sheet before. So I had streamlined this entire Excel spreadsheet, built it from scratch, and then I converted this entire sheet into a table. And what I did is I then sent it out to each franchisee so that they could come and fill out and upload all their data. So as you can see here, these are all the different stores that this particular franchisee owns. So this is all the data pertaining to that. Cool. So what would typically happen is, let me just run you guys through the flow. What would typically happen is one would have to take this data, upload it into this folder, and once the file is uploaded, it would then send out an email to inform the person that has uploaded the file, as well as to inform the finance super user about this file having been uploaded. So let's just give it a few seconds so that you guys can be able to see what happens. I should expect to see an email just now. So what happens is, obviously, this flow that you see over here is the one that's going to kick in, and it's the one that's going to run. So let's go back here. It's for this specific group. And as you can see over here, it's a bit slow. Let's just give it maybe 2 more seconds or 5 more seconds, because sometimes these things just need to be given a bit of time. for them to, start running. But basically, what will happen is when the flow starts running, an email will be sent out to the person that had uploaded the file, and it will also send out an email to the finance person as well, just to inform them that this particular group has gone and they've uploaded their file. So once the flow runs, what it would do is it would then come onto, or rather into, the database in the back end, and it would then upload the data into the relevant table as I had set it up right here in the back end. As you can see, in the meantime, this is all the data that is currently being uploaded by our process flow in the back end over there. But let's come back again. Let's just refresh here. As you can see, it says the flow is running. So if we go in there, you will see that the flow is currently, in the process of running. And from here, we can see how far the flow is gone. So currently, it's busy doing this, which is the step that processes the data from the file into the database in the back end, as I've shown you right here. So all of this data at the moment is coming in. And once the data has come in, this is what we call the staging table. So once the data has come into this staging table, there's then another flow, from an ETL perspective, that I've set up to move the data. So it's to basically clean the data, to unpivot and pivot the data, and then to transpose it into what we call a production table. So this is the franchisee group that we're currently running the data for. And as you can see over here, we've got all these different steps. So the steps, it's these steps, for instance, this one is to send the data into a backup, table that I've created. It's very critical to make sure that you always make backups of everything that you do, in case something, happens in the long run. So that's what I have right there. And then from here, I move from the staging table into another table where, the process to go and unpivot and to clean the data happens. So this is the unpivoting script that I apply before I go in and I send my data to my production table, which is this particular table right here. So let me just copy that script for you so that you guys can see. So yeah, so it's a process entirely that happens on its own. So I've obviously set up some jobs here in the database to run, every 2 intervals per day. So what then would happen is, once the data has been cleaned up and has been, placed in the production tables, there are then views which have also been created to prepare the data to look the way that we need it to look. And then from here, we then ingest the data into our reporting platform, which is Power BI in this instance. So I'll just show you quickly where all the data goes in and how we visualize it as the organization. So it's busy loading right now. It's a bit slow, but it should be done in the next couple of minutes. Let's just give it 2 seconds. So yeah, there's obviously all these processes in place that ensure that the data that we produce, as well as the reports that we produce for the organization, is data that has been verified, data that is clean, and data that is definitely accurate for the business to be able to consume. So this is where all my data then is ingested from all those views that you saw. So we've got all these different tabs on the side. You can filter using the slices. You can filter per franchisee. You can filter per region. You can filter according to all sorts of different, ways. So this is, what we can do with Power Automate and Power BI. And again, from a permissioning, point of view, users are provided access to all these dashboards through what we have created in the Azure AD as groups. So we haven't provided permissions to the reports to each individual because it would be very tedious. So here we have set up groups that speak unto specific franchisee groups. So here I have created different groups for each franchisee. I'll just show you here. So for instance, we've got, the Naidu Naven group. So if I open this group right here, this group consists of members that belong to Naidu group. So meaning all these members have access to the reporting. However, they only have access to their own franchisee data and no one else's. And we've allocated the access rights using the group name as opposed to going in and giving each user a unique sort of access and permission. So yeah, ladies and gents, there's a whole lot that the Microsoft suite offers. There's so much. This is just the tip of the iceberg. I just thought, let me just show you what we've done. We've got all sorts of different reports that we've built over here. All reports speak unto different functions and different areas within the company. So yeah, try me out, and yeah, I'll build the best reports, the best processes for you as well as your team. As I explained earlier, so now it has obviously moved from here. It's currently here and it's pushing. So once it's pushed the data and it's gone through, what it will then do, it will move the file from where it is and it will take it to an archive folder that I've created that no one else can access but myself, as well as my finance super user. So this is obviously for purposes in case she wants to go back and check the file against the data that has been uploaded, etc., etc. And again, as I had informed you guys about the emails that do go out, let me just go and open my mailbox quickly. The reason it didn't notify us is because my mailbox was closed. So if we come back here, you will see an email in which I should have received informing me that so and so had gone and uploaded the file and that the file was being processed into the database. Cool. So if I open my emails over here, as you can see, this is the notification that I receive. Hi, please note that the Duplicity Group commercial health tracker file has been uploaded in the group by, in this case, It's by myself. And then I am also expecting another email to come in once the process is done to inform me that everything has ran successfully. And so if there were any glitches and any discrepancies within the process, then it would have also notified me by saying, "Hi, so and so, please take note that your file upload has failed because of this, that, or the other." And then one would then be able to go back to go check what the problem is. So again, this is the last email that I was expecting, which says, "Please note that whatever file has been uploaded successfully." So if I go back to my flow, you will see that my flow has ran right up until completion. And then again, over here, there's a notification to inform me that everything has gone through successfully. Thank you so much for your time, guys. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to call me. We can talk. Thank you.